What's going on, everybody? Eddie here from Broadslab. We're going to do a quick little rig rundown here today. I'm going to go over the guitar rig that I am currently using as my main rig for Broadslab. As you can see, I'm using the Axe-Fx 3 in here. That alongside my EVH 5153 100-watt head. So basically, some years ago, I had this humongous refrigerator of a rack. It was like the rack case and the head all in one, and it weighed like 4 tons. So basically, I've switched over to this. Axe-Fx 3 is basically the brains of the whole operation. And what I'm doing is I've got one cabinet here, which is a direct signal from this guy, and it's just using the Axe-Fx in 4-cable method for effects only. And then what I've got over here is an amp model of an SLO amp, and it's running through the Matrix power amp into this cab. So basically the signal chain goes from my guitar to the wireless. The wireless goes into the rack mount crybaby wah. From there, I've got the Pro Rack G decimeter ISP. That's 4-cable method also in front of the amp and in the effects loop, because this bad boy is noisy. If I'm running the red channel, it'll hiss and feedback like nothing else. And that pretty much keeps it dead quiet. The Axe-Fx 3 also in 4-cable method with this guy. And then I've got a separate output, like I said, that goes through the Matrix to here. But I've also got one more output that I run into here if I want to use these IEMs. And also, if we're playing somewhere where they want a direct feed, I can run direct to front of house that way as well. So it's a pretty simple rig. It may look complex, but it is pretty simple, and it definitely gets the job done. The cabs I'm running here, they're some old beat up PV cabs, had them forever. Actually did a speaker swap on them. They've got the Celestion Vintage 30s loaded in them. Crushing. When I'm not rocking the wireless, I got this cable made from Best-Tronics Pro audio. I'm telling you, these guys are the best in the business. All the cables, basically, on the back side of this rack are all made custom by Best-Tronics. The rack panels were all made custom by Best-Tronics. Those guys are also amazing to work with. Anything you need, they'll hook you up. So I'm going to take you a little up close and personal with my rig here. As you can see, the Axe-Fx 3, like I said, that's the brains of the whole operation. And controlling that, I'm using the FC12. I've got a Dunlop Mini expression pedal, and then obviously my controller for the rack wah. Depending on where we play, I might bring an extra controller, if I want to have a wah controller on each side of the stage, just to kind of show off. Also rocking the Ernie Ball Beefy Slinky strings. Use those for every one of my guitars. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So let's run through these guitars too. I'm using the Quantum Industries case. Those guys are great to work with. They keep my guitars perfectly safe. I mean, I've dropped this case before, and no issues whatsoever with the guitars. First up, I've got this beautiful Solar V guitar, the lime green model. Recently just had some work done on this bad boy at Legacy Music in Dunn. If you need anything, go see Boyd. He'll hook you up. He'll get it done right. I did a pickup swap. I got the Fishman Fluence Moderns installed, and those are there's 3 voicings with those pickups. So you've got the active pickup. You've got you can pull the knob there and make it sound like it's a passive pickup, and then also you can do a single coil mode. so it sounds like single coil pickups. Beautiful guitar. That's in drop B for Broadslab. Up next, I've got another Solar guitar. This is my main standard tuning guitar. It's actually in C# standard. Same as the V. I went to Boyd out there at Legacy Music and Dunn. Got the same pickups put in this bad boy. It sounds amazing. Coming at you with another Solar guitar. This has also got the Fishman Moderns in there. This is a beautiful guitar, and I actually used this for all of the tracking for the rhythm tracks on the last album. The Evertune bridge, man, it's insane. That thing never goes out of tune. Even when they shipped it to me, coming from Spain, it was in perfect tune. Never have any issues. I'm running that in C# standard, but I can also drop it down to drop B. Last but not least, I've got the LTD Deluxe. This thing is gorgeous, sounds amazing as well. I use that in drop B tuning, and it's got the EMG 81 in the bridge and the 60 in the neck. Here again with my Epiphone Les Paul. This has been such a big part of Broadslab that I feel like I needed to include this in the video as well. I'm running the EMG 81, 85, 81 in the bridge, 85 in the neck, and that paint job was done by my beautiful wife. There's the backside of my Galaxy guitar. Last but not least, my former main guitar, my Gibson SG. Had to retire this one recently. It had had the headstock broken off a few times and put back together. So I am no longer playing this one live, but pretty much any old school Broadslab riff you ever heard was most likely written on a Gibson SG. What's going on, y'all? Eddie here, back with a little bonus. I've got my B rig here. I call it a B rig only because it's much more portable than the big rack out there, but it is just as crushing. I've used this the last few shows at some of the smaller venues we've played, but it sounds incredible. It's the Fractal FM9. Same as the XFX3, I'm using the SLO amp model, but I've got everything kind of just configured. I've got like 3 presets I use, and I pair that either with the power amp section of my 5153 head, or I've got the Seymour Duncan Power Stage 700, which is all you need. It's loud, sounds incredible, gets the job done, and more. So that's it for the rig tour. Beyond that, if you want to hear some tones, check out our schedule online, broadslab.com. Come see us at a town near you.